Why Kodak refused to change and destroyed itself. In 1999, Kodak controlled over 80% of all film sales in America. They were not just a company. They were the company that defined photography itself. Every family album, every wedding photo, every childhood memory, there was a high chance Kodak was behind it. But just 10 years later, the same company that invented the future of photography declared bankruptcy. And the most shocking part? Kodak didn't die because it failed to see the future. It died because it saw it first and refused to use it. To understand how a giant like Kodak collapsed, we need to go back to where it all began. In 1888, George Eastman founded Kodak with one simple idea. You press the button, we do the rest. Photography used to be complicated, expensive, and only for professionals. Kodak changed that. They made it simple. And in doing so, they created an empire worth billions. For decades, Kodak was untouchable. But success has a hidden danger. Because the bigger you become, the harder it is to change. By the 1970s and 80s, Kodak wasn't just successful. It was dominant. Film photography was everywhere. Kodak film was used in Hollywood movies, newspapers, family cameras, government agencies. At its peak, Kodak employees joked, if it's not on Kodak film, it didn't happen. The company made so much money from film rolls that every single photo taken meant profit. But inside Kodak, something dangerous was happening. A technology was being born that would change everything. Digital photography. And Kodak actually discovered it. In 1975, a Kodak engineer named Steve Sasson built something revolutionary. A digital camera. It worked. It captured images electronically. No film, no printing, just instant images. It was the future of photography. But when Sasson showed it to Kodak executives, their reaction was not excitement. It was fear, because they immediately understood something terrifying. This invention could destroy our film business. And that was the problem. Kodak didn't lack innovation. Kodak lacked courage. Kodak made a decision that would define its fate. They chose to hide digital technology instead of leading it. Why? Because film was too profitable. At the time, film equals billions in recurring revenue. Digital equals uncertain future with no profit model. So Kodak did what many giants do when they feel safe. They protected the present at the cost of the future. Meanwhile, competitors began developing digital cameras. Sony entered, Canon adapted, and slowly, Kodak's invention escaped the lab, without Kodak leading it. By the early 2000s, digital photography exploded, and something devastating happened. People stopped buying film. Kodak's core business collapsed. But the most painful truth was this. Kodak still made digital cameras. Kodak still owned digital patents. Kodak still understood the technology better than most competitors. But it was too late. The company that invented digital photography could no longer compete in a world it helped create. In 2012, Kodak filed for bankruptcy. A company worth billions, reduced to nothing. Kodak didn't fail because it was blind. It failed because it was too attached to what already worked. And that is the real danger of success. Because in business, the biggest risk is not change. It is refusing to change. Kodak saw the future, but it couldn't let go of the past. And that decision destroyed an empire.